Warrior, welcome. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel because about 80% of you that watch these videos don't subscribe. It's free. And I got to tell you, let me use that dirty word, algorithms. It helps us with the algorithm. Today, I am going nonstop about AI, artificial intelligence. Now, we've just come off of two great legal wins regarding Meta, okay, Facebook and Instagram, and Mark Zuckerberg. But we can't sit on our laurels and we can't rest and we can't think, well, we've won because this is a win. However, I just want to give a shout out that because of the brave parents who have put their stories, survivor parents, on the line, they've traveled the country, they've worked with the media, they come right here on the Warriors. Because of them keeping up the pressure and sharing the beautiful stories, well, not beautiful stories, the stories of their beautiful children and what happened to them, the harms, right? Now we have definite proof because of these two legal cases. So we had lawyers who made this happen, and we had jurors in two different cases, New Mexico and California. But we did not have, what's missing? The government. Now, look, we're not looking to get the government involved in our lives and have all this overreach, but when it comes to big tech, who's running amok and there are no regulations, only business really, where there are no regulations, then we have to ask the government. We're going to step in with, some sort of safety legislation, and that would be the Kids Online Safety Act 1748. Senate version is the gold standard. But in the meantime, I want to keep talking about the artificial intelligence because we need to put a pause on it with this AI push into the school system. Have we learned nothing from the history of big tech, basically started in 1996? Fast forward, now we have studies, we have doctors, psychologists, psychiatrists, educators, parents, the kids themselves, right? And now two winning court cases that say this product was designed to harm kids. The proof is there. And also consumer protection laws from New Mexico. That case was about, you allow predators on a platform with kids. So now we got all of this. So we got to take this momentum and we got to keep building it. But I am really concerned about how AI tools, again, right now, there is no real big tech accountability because although we have the two court cases, until these big tech platforms that are worth trillions and trillions of dollars are really hurt, and that would be the wallet, right? The pocketbook, as we say. What's a couple of $100 million to them? So we have to see where this goes. But we've got to use this situation and we've got to use it to really put the brakes on AI because we're so increasingly worried. My husband hates when I use the word worried, but I'm going to say concerned, but I'm worried. It's so rapidly advancing, the AI. Don't you feel like every day this AI in the last year has just been jumping on us, jumping at us, advancing at such a tremendous speed? So we've got the wins, but now we've got to keep up the momentum. And as these, AI tools are increasing, obviously risks to children, their development, certainly their privacy, right? Their educational experience alone. When I see, you know, uh, academic integrity, when I see our First Lady in the White House a few days ago walking down the hallway with a robot and saying this will be terrific in our schools because we can take the child and put them at home and the robot will work with them. It'll be tailored to their needs. No, 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 no. But have we learned nothing from the last 30 years? The history of big tech. They are not willingly going to step up to the plate to keep kids safe. Even when they tell you they're doing this or put out glossy press releases, you know and I know that's just a PR move. That's just propaganda. Most of their safety features are most difficult to use or impossible and don't really work. So we believe we're calling for, let's kind of have a sit down, a stop for a moment. Let's think about all of this. Let's think about the mental health of our children. Let's think about all the brave parents who have come forward, and there's thousands more. And let's come together as a community, as a country, and collectively say, we've got to put a little bit of a stop on all of this AI until we know, does it cause harms to mental health? I dare say it does because it's an unknown, right? And we learned from a big tech and we learned from all these other platforms over 30 years. Also, what legally holds them responsible, right? Because until now, the argument was always, with big tech, Section 230 protected them. However, these two court cases were about product liability, harms caused to children, and consumer protection laws being violated. So we got around the Section 230. But, I have to say that unless we come out in the streets like I saw here in New York City, the tens of thousands and across the country, across the world actually, for this No King's Day, sorry, a little bit of the sniffles because spring has sprung in New York City and a lot of things are starting to bloom and pollen in the air, so excuse me for that. But we have to come together because if we're now going to take our kids K through 12 are failing. As a matter of fact, our second lady, and I like her very much, Usha Vance, SLOTUS is her handle, second lady of the United States, came out with a literacy program and launched a podcast. And I'm happy to see that because she's the mom of 3, pregnant with her 4th. Our literacy rates are beyond in the toilet when we have 31% of 4th graders proficient and we have 38% of 8th graders proficient. We got a big problem. And this has been going on for decades. Don't you feel like we've been discussing this for decades? And then COVID came and made things worse. Isolated kids because everybody was home on the computers, losing out on study time and school and being with their friends. And we're still really suffering the effects, kids are, of all of this. And now we want to pair them up with robots in their home to teach them? But also, we have to also flip it. So we've got the kids, and how is AI going to affect them? We've got the parents, who's educating them and teaching them about all of this. And then we've got the teachers themselves. So who is creating sort of this academic environment of integrity? We just know that many schools are already providing this AI, these AI tools, without the parents' knowledge. They're not notifying, they're not consulting the parents. This, we know, will harm children. So we know there are a lot of risks. We're calling for, let's talk about it. Let's demand of our legislators, House.gov, Senate.gov, that they work on this and we start having some legislation, laws, something, okay? We are pro-tech, the Warriors, but we want ethical, good tech. We know AI can be used for tremendous things to help our kids really learn and tutor them in an environment that creates critical thinking and analysis. But we can't be throwing all this, onto robots now. And we've really got to bring the people who work for us. Remember, we the people, those in Washington, those on Capitol Hill. But we need to develop guardrails, a framework. Nobody I know, when I ask questions like what's going on when our federal government's pushing this on everybody, nobody seems to know what exactly the program is yet, where it's going. But I'm here to say we already know kids are being given these artificial intelligence generative tools without the parents' knowledge. So get involved in your school, find out, talk to your kids. They're a wealth of knowledge, okay? They want us to kind of mentor them, ask them questions, be involved. Go to the school, it's your right. Ask for the curriculum. Also, we got to get back that program, pen to paper. They're calling it or pencil to paper. There is a movement across the United States. You do not have to accept all of your homework assignments, your work being done online, despite what schools will tell you. Many schools now are giving out packages of papers for like the month or the week, and kids are loving it. And it's kind of becoming, what's old is new again. So a lot of things going on here. Right now, here in the now, going forward with the Warriors, we got to talk about artificial intelligence. We're going to keep chipping away. There are thousands of lawsuits pending to hold Meta and other big tech platforms accountable. Those will go on in the court of law. We now have proof from these 2 cases that these are harmful products to our kids, okay? You are knowingly allowing predators on your platform. So let's not sit back. Our hashtag is Community Creates Change. Find out. Your homework from the Warriors today is find out what AI is going on in your school, in your community. Talk to the kids. And remember, when you wake up each and every day, sound the alarm and go out and be a warrior.